Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to West Seattle. It's Ben back, and this time I've got one that I'm super excited about. This is Storm's new Ion Pro. And what they say is that this is a reinvention of the benchmark, and we'll see if that's true. So of course I brought what has been the ultimate benchmark for many people, myself definitely included, the IQ Tour. We'll throw this just a bit. We're gonna do a bench line shot to kind of see what type of shot I have out there right now by throwing the IQ Tour. I brought two IQ Tours, and I'll tell you why in a sec, but essentially we've got two Ion Pros, two IQ Tours, two different layouts, two different surfaces. So bench line shot here, where I would probably stand on the house shot with my go-to IQ Tour. It's about what you expect from an IQ Tour. It's smooth, doesn't jump off the spot in the back, kind of everything you want from predictability. And that to me is one of the hallmark defining characteristics of what benchmark means, predictable. Some other adjectives I might throw in there: safe, dependable, educational, kind of shows you what's out there. I'll throw one more here, and then we'll just jump right into the Ion. So that one, leaked that outside, as you could see. Still came back, so the IQ Tour, even after 12 years, still capable. It just somehow heat-seek missile finds its way to the pocket. One of the myriad of reasons why I have loved and depended on the IQ Tour since 2012. Layout-wise for that IQ Tour that I was throwing there, that is my go-to benchmark layout for myself. It's a 5 1/4 by 45. That puts the pin in my middle finger. So kind of in between pin up, pin down. But without further ado, let's go into the Ion Pro. This is the exact same layout as that IQ Tour. 5 1/4 by 45, except now there's some asymmetry. So with a PSA, with a mask bias, little .014, should definitely be different. Okay. First impression is it's still smooth like the IQ Tour. I can see it getting to a spin quick like the IQ Tour. That's that low RG. Think a figure skater with their arms pulled in. They get into a spin faster. That's what that lower RG, that shorter, smaller concentration of mass is doing in the IQ Tour. And that's what it's doing in the Ion Pro. So it's doing that, that creates that smoothness factor. The lower flaring, kind of hook potential, you can see that it's not bending the lane, but it is a little stronger. Let's go 2 left from there. Okay, so that was 2 left, still came in a pinch high. I think I can adjust off that with nothing more than just a little extra speed on me. Still warming up here. Perhaps on paper, to me as someone who's been a connoisseur of IQ Tours for 12 years now, the biggest difference I think, even beyond the asymmetry, beyond the AI core, is this ball has the TX16 hybrid cover. So think phase 2, but now phase 2 solid with some pearl added into it. Stateside, we have never seen that before until on this ball. So brand new tech when it comes to the outside. Okay, so that one, I did everything I could to not eke it out right, kind of keep it in the oil. How capable is this new, stronger cover? Got it in the oil there, it seemed pretty capable to me. Phase 2, for many people, is their benchmark. For me, the phase 2 was just a little much in a lot of situations. A little too strong in the front, a little too strong in the back. It was good for when I needed that, but it wasn't quite benchmark for me. That looked pretty good. So where does the IQ Tour fit for me when it comes to benchmark and phase 2 stuff? The IQ Tour has got a much weaker cover. R2S Solid has been around for a long time, so it's older technology, but older doesn't necessarily mean bad. For me, R2S Solid plus low RG and low flare of that C3 centripetal core, it was just this magical recipe that a lot of people, a lot of brands have tried to duplicate over the years without much success. That was a little slow. But when you add those elements together, the IQ Tour for me was the most predictable ball that I could use on the most types of oil patterns in the most situations. Let's throw one more at this Iron Pro. Again, TX16 hybrid, which means there's a little bit of pearl added to the phase 2 cover. So in theory, on paper, that's a little bit more energy retention, so a little bit more back end. Let's get the speed up on this one. There you go. And you can kind of see that with this. It's not a pearl, and it's not a solid. It's a mix. It's got that ease through the front part of the lane that pearl gives you. It's got that mid-lane stability that solid gives you. And then both of those have a nice, smooth, but authoritative, continuous drive through the pins. So that's what hybrid is good for, and that's looking really good on this one. So again, this is sort of like my benchmark IQ Tour layout, but now with some asymmetry. So it's just standing up a little prouder at about 38 feet. I said I was just doing one more. I'm actually just gonna go 2 left because that's going to inform where I go next. So here's just one more with the my standard layout Pro. So that was 2 more left, 5-ish total from where I started with the IQ Tour. So it's got the oil confidence to be 5 more left, at least right now, than my trusty IQ Tour. I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far. To be honest with you, benchmark and asymmetry haven't always been an idea that got along well with me in the past. So I wouldn't say I was skeptical with the Iron Pro, but I was definitely very curious. Would it be too strong for a benchmark type reaction? So far, it's not. It's exactly as smooth as Storm has been saying it is. And I think in our line, we don't have anything that rolls like that. So pretty cool. Let's get out of this momentarily because we're gonna go back to IQ Tour land, except this time, we're gonna throw this IQ Tour. This is IQ Tour number 2, Ben's Trick Layout IQ Tour. This is a short pin IQ Tour, so the layout on this is 1 3/4, and where I would typically play with something like this is a lot further right. I can square up on the lane, have my target a lot more in front of me. It's like urethane, but with a lot more options down lane. So that was 12 right with that IQ Tour. That one's a smooth heat-seeking missile, and I really like that. That one has done me well over the years. If you haven't yet tried a short pin IQ Tour, highly recommend. On paper, a short pin symmetrical ball with a weaker cover maybe isn't the thing you think would work well, but this, the IQ Tour, has broken a lot of stereotypes over the years. Looks really good from right? Of the two, even though the other IQ Tour, the 5 1/4 by 45, even though that one is sort of my benchmarky shape, it tells me what's out on a lane. It's my medium, everything. The short pin one is probably the one that I've used the most over the last 12 years. And I have used the IQ Tour quite a bit in 12 years. Probably 20 balls are sitting around in storage with an IQ on the side of it. Let's move 2 left and show that even though it's short pin, it shouldn't be too weak, even after moving left. Many balls with the IQ on the side of it. I'm just in love with them. I actually got to throw one of the very first test balls for the IQ Tour back in early 2012. It was all pink. Got to throw it up in Everett. That was a lot of fun. Let's go 2 more left off that. So now we're 4 left of where I was first lined up with the short pin IQ Tour. Ball is too good. So when I hear that we've come out with a ball that is to maybe be an upgrade or a modernization of IQ Tour stuff, again, it's not that I'm skeptical, but it has me pause with curiosity, because the IQ Tour for me is still good even 12 years later. That doesn't mean though that I don't see situations on today's modern oils, with today's modern game, how people are even attacking lanes, that I don't find that the IQ Tour can be just a little weak. So it has its place. It's not the every shot, every ball kind of thing. But let's go to Ion Pro number 2. This is the same layout as the short pin. This is also 1 3/4 by 45, except again, we've got some asymmetry. So let's take a look. This is from that same spot that I just threw 4 left. That progression with that short pin IQ Tour. It wasn't a great shot. However, I fully expected that with that bit of asymmetry in the core, that it would be too flippy, even for a short pin layout, that it would just be stronger. I wanted the short pin Ion Pro to then be my favorite with the ions, but I was worried that it would be too strong. I didn't see that at all, so that's good. Let's move 2 right, kind of in between those short pin shots with the IQ Tour. I'll just throw like I normally would. That looks, I did not expect that. I did not expect this stronger cover, technically a stronger core. Same principles of low RG and low flaring, but I didn't expect it to still be nice and smooth like that for the Ion Pro. Pleasantly surprised. I could see myself using this quite a bit actually. You might see one more difference between the 2 Ion Pros and the 2 IQ Tours, and that's a surface change. We'll get to that after we throw one more from, let's go 2 left off that. That was pretty smooth. Can this make it back? It made it back. It wasn't hockey stick. Kind of slowed it down, got in the friction early knowing that it would need a little help being it's a short pin layout. It looks very versatile. If I can play here, and I can play here, and I can play here with any ball, isn't that starting to take on some of the benchmark moniker that we were talking about at the jump of this video? So, pleasantly surprised with the short pin Ion Pro. So, back to the surface stuff. Ion Pro number 1, Ion Pro number 2. Ion Pro number 1, the 5 1/4 by 45. That one is just box finish, 4,000. Same with the IQ Tour, it's box finish, it's also 4,000. But this one, I put it with rough edge compound, which I do with my short pin IQ. Let's jump out of the short pin. Really like that one. Let's go back to back with my benchmark IQ tour, call it. Throw the next shot in a sec, still back to back, but you can see that 12 years old, this ball still is capable. Let's move off that for the back to back. That one got it in the oil, got the 10 out late, a little lazy. And that is, I wouldn't say handcuffs for the IQ Tour, but it's one of the points of consideration when throwing the IQ Tour is it's not a heavy oil monster. It's not gonna succeed there, even with someone that's got, say, lower speed. Score up one right with it, and then we'll move to the short pin IQ Tour. So there you go, right? Lane's going through transition now. The fronts have a little bit less oil than when we started, so the ball's reading a little earlier, which means it's using some of its energy earlier. And all these shots are pushing some of the oil down lane. So you got less oil here and a little more oil down there. That's what we call over-under. IQ Tour isn't a big fan of that. R2S just a little weak. Still a really good ball, but there, right there, almost a 710 is its limit. So here's short pin IQ Tour from that same spot, which again, this should be smoother and longer and all that stuff. Looked pretty good. Actually kind of missed into right on top of that friction breakpoint, so it's actually pretty decent. Let's throw one more. We'll take a quick observation and then we'll dive a little deeper into the ion stuff. I'm gonna leave that shot in for you. That's a miss right by a mile. Short pin is not gonna stand up hard. Short pin's not gonna have a lot of energy. The reason being that short pin, think of like a football lateral, super smooth, rolling off your hand. Short pin is like that. So whatever energy potential it had for down lane, it's already used it at the front part of the lane, which is what makes it so smooth. Adding a little asymmetry, short pin Ion Pro should, in theory, help with that. So stand in the same place there. And let's try to miss a little right. Maybe not as right as I intended it to be. When I got IQ Tour on the brain, I think my body wants to stop it from going too far right, just knowing that it's historically not gonna recover. I went at no problem from there. I mean, let's try to throw it a little more right. So move the break point just a little more right there. See how it can recover from that. There we go, right there. Ooh! So that's the asymmetry. That's exactly what I wanted to see proven to me, is it is very much IQ Tour. Okay, maybe I was skeptical. How good can the Ion Pro be when it's being compared directly to IQ Tour? Well, I think we did a pretty good job marketing it as IQ Tour worthy, because that's the same layout, same surface as the IQ Tour I threw before, the short pin compound IQ Tour. I threw it to about the same spot, right, the break point. That one not only got back just fine, it left a stone 9. I'll take stone 9s from missing 7 right all day long. But just throw a generically good shot. We'll move back to the benchmark Ion Pro. That's probably where it wants to be. Oh, okay. So that was probably a product of it got into a little bit of that carry down from all these shots. So that's where I was throwing most of these other balls. Now remember, that's the compound, so the polished and short pin version of the Ion Pro. So that makes sense that it would do something like that. Just like short pin IQ Tour, always calling my name, short pin Ion Pro is looking pretty good. Okay, we are back now in the benchmark Ion Pro, box finish 4,000, 5 1/4, 45. Let's see what it can and can't do. So here's just the baseline. Kind of circled around that multiple shot carry downy breakdown thing. If anything, kind of got it little, maybe a board-ish outside, and it made it back just fine. I actually really like this. These feel like balls that you can score high with, the Ion Pro. Let's wildly move 5 left, and IQ Tour doesn't typically like it here, especially when it's just one person bowling on a lane, but let's see what it does. I slow wheeled it a little bit, not thinking it would come back. I don't think I need to. You know, the balls kind of have a similar look rolling down the lane too. The colors are kind of similar. I actually really like the Ion Pro colors. It reminds me of the Prodigy from 13 years ago, whatever that was. Okay, I'm gonna throw the same spot, sliding on 40, and not slow wheel it. Just trust that it can make it back. Pretty good, Larry David, pretty good. So both Ion Pros, while different, are very versatile. I almost feel like it's blasphemous for me to like these balls so much and think of them so similarly to the IQ Tour, because IQ's been my baby, but throw shots like that or get results like that, and it does remind me of IQ Tour, and no balls across any brand to my eye have reminded me of IQ Tour. So marketing, surprisingly check. I think we did a good job of saying that this is IQ Tour like. It is, even with that asymmetry, it just kind of modernizes what it can do. I don't think it makes it necessarily that it's stronger or too strong, sort of like phase 2 had kind of been for me over the years. What it does do though, is it de-amplifies your misses. So if you miss right, it's got you. If you miss in the oil, it's got you. IQ Tour, you kind of had to use your hand for that. Let's throw one more with this one. Actually liking this one, sort of like box finish one, and kind of medium layout more than I thought. You know what I'm seeing? It's kind of difficult to break in a ball that has compound on it at the jump. So balls that have just surface, no polish on it, you can kind of see have differences fresh out the box, 10 shots in, 10 games in. So I do see that this is breaking in, and this is breaking in excellently. It's looking more and more like what I want from an IQ Tour, a benchmarky, a predictable, a safe, a confident shape. So while I was kind of favoring that short pin polished one at first, I think this standard right out the box one might be the all-around go-getter. That one was a little slow, 4.9 late. Looked good to me. You know, it's interesting, I'm surprised we hadn't seen, let's go short pin Ion Pro again, that we hadn't seen TX16 hybrid before, given how wildly popular Phase 2 had and has been. And the only time to my memory that we've even seen TX16 Pearl was one time with Belmo's Journey Ball. Let's go 3 right of that sort of deep inside there. Short pin, polished. It's a West Seattle mixer. You'd expect that from being deeper than I should be with a short pin polished ball. And kind of being in with my line, kind of in more of the oil. Makes sense. Let's go to where short pin wants to be played, kind of right here, on a house shot anyway. Yeah, right there. Ooh, 9 pin wanted to stand. Again, that's short pin leaving scary 9 pin flashes. There was the one from earlier, 9 pin just stood staring me down. And there was that one where I paralyzed it down. Those are rad to see. If short pin can do that, and you need a short pin in your bag, put this in your bag. I don't know of a short pin ball that I've thrown. I've thrown a lot of balls short pin that I like better than this one. This is, I think I might like this better than short pin IQ Tour, and that is absolutely blasphemous. Another West Seattle mixer, kind of got the speed up on that one. Let's get out a short pin. I'm gonna start wrapping up this video. I'm trying to think of what else to kind of explore with this stuff. Well, who's this for? Well, it's for me, but who else is this for? Benchmark medium types of balls are meant for most people. I will say though that like IQ Tour, they all still need a little bit of friction. West Seattle Bowl is a pretty clean house. The lanes feel a little newer, maybe a little bit more oil than some other house shots, maybe one that you're at. So these do need a little bit of friction. So if you're at an older house, older AMF HPL types of lanes, or just lanes that have had a lot of traffic and not been replaced, I think all of these roll well. Ion Pro, I think, rolls well for that. I can talk all day long about it and then just mindlessly go in another shot and it just finds the pocket. I don't even think I threw a good shot there. And that's what IQ Tour has done for me. And that's what I'm seeing Ion Pro is looking pretty good with. Oh, there's 5 left, just because why not? Still short pin polished one. And so that tour word has been so desired, so emulated, and not successfully duplicated over the years that eyebrows get raised when another tour word comes out. Look across brands right now. Over the last 5 years, how many balls have the word tour in it or pro in it, right? That comes from IQ Tour. When you have a ball like that, it's trying to do a lot of its specialty stuff in the middle part of the lane, which makes it smooth. It's not giving everything just for the end, unpredictable, jumpy. That's, to me, the tour definition, the tour shape. 2 more and we'll get out of here. That was an awful shot. I'll take that wrap, almost Messenger 10. So versatility for the high speed, peace of mind for the high rev, slower speed. Well, that's what this ball is built for. So let's throw one more. Throw last shot with the 4,000 medium, benchmarky, all that kind of thing. I don't even remember where to stand with it, but what we've seen so far in this video is it doesn't matter where you stand with this. This stuff just finds the pocket. See what I mean? It's pretty good. Okay, how does it fit in my bag or your bag? I don't know what your bag is. My bag, how it fits in is, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. It did not destroy the IQ Tour. It didn't eradicate it. It didn't make the IQ Tour extinct for me. Nothing can make the IQ Tour extinct for me. You can go anywhere with it. We were just at Vegas for a tournament, and our owner, Mike, we punched him up one the day before he left, shot 300 with it. He had no experience with it, and it just does what you need it to do. Mine still do. Mine are still capable. But that doesn't mean that this IM Pro doesn't help me start to redefine what the IQ Tour is. It's still a staple in my bag. It'll always be in my bag. It's just now it's maybe in a slightly different spot, I think. With today's heavier oils and the way people are playing the lanes, IQ Tour in this day and age is very much still alive, still an amazing ball. I hope it never goes away, but it is maybe just a step under that benchmark for me now. And if it was a benchmark for you, well, consider an Ion Pro. That's all I got. We got a bunch more videos coming up, so thanks for watching. See you in the next one.